Hello, Ezemy one, and welcome back to Rat Run. I'm your usual everyday time puzzling rat girl, and today we will be solving Rat Run 5 Disparity. Experiment 5, Red, 3rd of July. Oh, hey, that's actually today. Weird. 1974. At this rate, things will be ready for the big one in a matter of months, but I'm getting ahead of myself. There's still much work to be done first. Testing of the doors will continue, but more importantly, Elliot seems confident that next week we will at last be ready to try out the rules. Normal 9x9 Sudoku rules. Here we experiment, go through the path, go through diagonals. We already know all this stuff. Although, looking at this, there's only one space left for a diagonal movement. Weird. Black currents have a 1 to 2 ratio on their digits. One-way doors can only be passed in one direction, and the mouse and the point points towards the smaller digit. Test constraints. In this experiment, the correct path will be a valid alternating parity line, i.e. any pair of adjacent digits along the path must contain one even digit and one odd digit. Now this is a deceptively simple sounding constraint. I'm going to divide the illustration up by even and odd digits. So our even digits are 2, 4, 6, and 8, and the odd ones are 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And the line will have to alternate back and forth between these continuously, which doesn't sound like much of a constraint, but if we consider the other constraints, like black currents and the inequality gates, they become a little bit more interesting, such as if the line passes through a gate, then it only has two possibilities. It can only be 1, 2, or 3, 6, because the other two ratios are 2, 4, and 4, 8, which are both even, meaning that the line cannot pass through those. Inequalities are slightly less interesting, that 1 and 9 are both odd digits. It probably won't come up at all, but it just means that the absolute maximum and minimum are both odd. I don't know if that's actually important or not. Anyway, let's just stick this up here. And so let's just start solving. We already know all the rules. So we already have a few interesting spots, namely these chains of black currents. Because at least one of them will be two even digits. Only at most one of them can be an odd digit, and it would have to be one of these on the end. And because it's a 3 long chain, it has to be part of a 1, 2, 4, 8 chain. And the extremes cannot be in the middle. So this digit and these two spaces will always be even. But if it's not on the line, it doesn't matter whether it's even or odd. So I will be marking down every even and odd digits, or I will be coloring in all of the parity of every digit, just for completeness sake. Aha! This is an interesting little area because the only way out, if Finks goes in here, the only way out is through here. And going this way would just be backwards. So we know that the path cannot go through here. Because if it, well, yeah, if it goes through here, it would have to turn. Actually, I'm going to use a different color for the line. Uh, that'll do. It would have to go into here, and then there's no way out from there. So it can't go this way. It has to go this way at least. It could go up here and then go out this way, or it could go straight across here. Although, that doesn't seem especially likely. Remember how there are more odd digits than even digits? If things go straight across from here to here, then these 5 would have to be all unique even digits because of this 2, 4, which is impossible. So it can't go straight across. The only other way it could make it to the cupcake is if it went like this. And let's see. So it would be even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, even, even. These would be the even digits, and these would be the odd digits. And these would have to be 1 and 3. Because those are the only 2 odd digits which can go next to a crop key dot. And that means these would have to be 2 and 6. Huh, I don't really see any problems with this. Well, let's see. This would have to be 1, 2, whoops. This would have to be 1, 2, and 4. Ah, that's the problem. Where, once again, we would have 5 even digits. Because this would also have to be an even by the crop key. And then we have 5 even digits in this box, which is impossible. So the path cannot go this way either. It has to go through here, and then it has to come up through here, go across here, and then do some other stuff. So because we have this even digit, we can color in the rest of the parity of the rest of the line, at least what we have so far, because the parity cannot switch yet. It's just going to be a checkerboard pattern, as I mentioned before in the last video. So these 4 even digits are, well, the 4 even digits. This has to be an odd digit greater than 2. So that's 3, 5, 7, or 9. This has to be the odd digit, so that's 1, 2, and 4 in that order. So this is another even digit. And now we have all 4 of the even digits in this column. So we know that every other digit in this column is odd. I guess we could have colored these 2 in already because we had all the evens there as well. I don't think it can go this way, but because that would be 2 more even digits, and this way would only be 1, but I don't think that's disallowed either. Well, it can't go this way because that would be 2 odd digits in a row, so it has to come this way. This is a digit greater than 2. It could still be an even one, though, because the path will have to go through 1 even and 1 odd. And there's 2 of each left in this box. There's only 1 odd digit left in this column. Interesting. If it goes this way, that's quite the path. But if it goes this way, it's also pretty very a rather long path. Which one seems less likely? I think this way feels significantly less likely than this way, but they're both a little strange. So if it goes down, that would be 4 odd. These would have to be odd, and these would have to be even. Ah, there's the problem. Because that would be this digit would have to be the 5th odd digit, but that breaks this crop key chain because there can only be 1 odd digit on it. So it can't go that way. So it has to go through here. That means these are even, these are odd. So this has to be 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 7, and 4, 6, 8. And then odd, that's less than even. That's just 1, 3, 5, 7. It's not especially constrained. Aha! So we have all 4 even digits in this row. This digit is odd, so the rest of these, as I said before, there's only one odd. The rest of these are even. Oh, right, and we have 2, 4 in this box already. So these take out 6, 8 here. Aha! And it can't go directly to the cupcake, because that would be, again, 5 even digits. In fact, looking at this, it seems impossible to get to the cupcake at all, because with the current parity, the checkerboarding for the path looks like this, because essentially along the path, you can just create a checkerboard pattern. So if you do the checkerboarding for both of the paths leading in here, you have 2 more even digits in the row and column, which is impossible because there's only 4 even digits, which means we're going to have to switch the parity somehow, and that requires visiting this 2x2 area so that the parity will switch and we can use only 1 even digit to get there. I suppose that does mean that the cupcake is going to be an odd digit, but we don't know which direction we're going to approach from. We do know that we're going to have to enter this area, and the topology, I think, means that we're going to have to enter through here, go down one of these 2 paths, go through here somehow, and then exit either this way or this way. But definitely entering this way, because if we go all the way across, that blocks off the cupcake anyways. Oh right, and going in here, because we can't loop back if we go further down. And I guess conceivably we could just do that. That seems unlikely, but it's possible. So these are the odd digits, these are the even ones. That's all the even digits in this box. So that one's odd. Because the path could come down here and then just loop back. Or it could come down and then maybe come through here. Let's see. I guess I can write in these. I'm not going to write in the odd digits because there's too many of them. Too many possibilities so far. Wait a second. I don't think it can go down to here because the parity won't work. So it's even, even, even. Oh, right. Odd. What is even, odd, even, odd, even. And then we switch to odd, even, odd, even, odd. Yes, if we want to come out this way, I guess I could have worked backwards too. Odd, even, odd, even, odd. This cell would have to be an odd digit, so it can't go through that way at all. Well, actually, I guess it could, like, go through here and then come back. Either way, it has to come back this way. Well, actually, it could go, like, this-ish. But, this part of the path is constrained, because it has to go in through here and out through here, and then go down to the cupcake. So, Right, and this cell, this is after the parity has swapped, so the parities are adjacent to each other rather than checkerboard. So there's our 4 even digits in this box. This is... so this has to be 1 or 3, which makes this 2 or 6. So these are odd and even. But these two could both be even, so... Yeah, I think it could go either way, because there's one... If it goes down, there's one even digit here, at least one even digit here. Um, well, wait a second. No, I need, this one's odd because of my column. There has to be one even digit here and two even digits here. One of them has to be here. At least one of them has to be here. Exactly one of them has to be here. I don't think we can determine exactly which way the path goes. Well, at least it doesn't, like, loop back and forth, I think. Well, actually, it could. It goes even, even, even. Huh. Although that would technically be non-unique if it does that. Oh, right, this part of the path here. This has to be odd and even, so that's our 4 evens in this box. And this is greater than that. No, it's less. There's only one more even digit in this column. Interesting. So I don't think it can go all the way. Well, it could be odd, and then go this way, and then come back up. That would only be one even digit. One even here, two evens here, one here. One even digit left in this row. And all 4 even digits for this column. Oh, this, I should have put that in a while ago. Technically, I can use uniqueness here, because if the parity of these two cells ends up like this, then the path becomes non-unique, because there has to be exactly... Well, I don't know if there necessarily has to, but it's not a very good puzzle if there are multiple different paths it could take. Meaning that these two digits have to be... Wait a second. I don't even have to use that. I'm silly. There's 4 even digits in this row already, so this one has to be odd anyways. I didn't need to use uniqueness anyways. Not that I was going to. We're actually going to use that. These two boxes are still pretty empty, which is a little concerning. It's got to have something to do with the count of even and odd digits. If this goes this way and goes all the way down, that would add 1, 2, 3. What was it? It would be even, 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 and then something over here, and odd, even would be here or here. Would that work? I think that's fine, actually. Wait, not here. We have to go like this. Yeah. These would both be odd. I think that's fine actually. Um, Wait a second. No, that's 6 even digits in this row. Or odd, rather. What was that? That's 6 odd digits in this row, so that doesn't work. Can I generalize that? I think I can. There has to be at least one even digit here. And if the path goes down, like this, then these 4 have to be the even digits. So it can't go this way. So it has to come down to at least here, which means this has to come down. Putting even digits here and odd digits there. So that's 4 evens in that row. And that should be, yeah, this one's even as well by row. So there can only be one odd digit here. And I think it's the same problem if I go through from here, yeah. Because it would be even, even, even. And this would also have to be even, which makes these 3 odd, and that's too many odds. So it has to come down again, and it has to go diagonally into one of these 2 cells. Whoops. What? So this has to be an odd digit, that's even. And that's our 4 even digits in this column anyways. So that's our unodd, so that's 1, 2, and 4. That's in the last even digit in this row, so the path has to come out through here. Like this. And right, this path has to touch an even digit, which has to go there. So that is the full path, I think. These are even, these 2 are odd. Okay, now that that's worked out, we just have to put together all the rest of the numbers. This is a digit greater than 6, an odd digit greater than 6. In fact, that's a 4. That's a 6-8 pair in this box and row, so this has to be 2. Digit greater than 2, could be anything really. This is a digit, an even digit greater than 4, so it's 6 or 8. 6-8 pair in that box again. That's also 6, 8, 8, and 6. Just fill in a 2, 4, 6, 8 for, wait a second. What's the last even digit in this box? What? I messed something up. Whoops. When did that happen? How did that happen? So that is odd, but these 2 are both even. Okay, that's where I messed up. So these 2 are both odd. Whoops, odd. And these 2 are both even. And the path still goes this way, and it still goes this way, and this way. Okay. I was a little overzealous there. Whoops. So 2, 4, that's still a 6, 8 pair. So this can't be 6. It has to be 2, 4 or 4, 8. So this has to be greater than 4. So it's 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. This has to be greater than 2. Whoops. Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 6, 8. This has to be less than 8. This has to be a greater. This has to be the smaller side. This has to be greater than 3. Odd digit greater than 3. This is an odd digit less than 8, but not 1. Ah! There's only one place for a 4 in this column. It can't go here because it needs to be next to an odd. It can't go here for the row, and it can't go here because it has to be greater than 4. So this has to be 4. So this has to be a digit greater than 4. It has to be a digit greater than 2. Man, making that mistake was making the puzzle so much easier. Alas. These two digits have to be the same, as do these two digits. I don't think that does anything logically, because they both see the same things anyways. That's not going to help. Or not here anyways. Here we go. 6, 8. This can't be an 8. That doesn't really do anything here. Oh wait, this can't be a 1. That's greater than 2, not less than 8. Ah! There can only be a 1 here in this box, because this seems by row and column, and this one has to be greater than something. There's one up here. One here. So one out of that cell. There needs to be a 1 up here, which forces a 1 here. And there's a 1 over here, there's a 1 here, there's a 1 here, which puts a 1 here. And the only place for a 1 in this column is here. Okay. That's some 1s placed, I guess. Huh. This is actually kind of difficult to disentangle. Why? Should I put in the rest of the odd possibilities? That's not helpful at all. I see. So if this is a 6, then this would have to be an 8, which breaks this. So this has to be 2, 4, which makes that 2, 4 pair. Is that a 6, 8? That did less than I hoped it would. Ah, this can't be a 2, because if it's a 2, then this is a 1, and then this is also a 2. So that's another 6, 8 pair, putting a 2 here. And that puts a 2 here by Sudoku. Well, I guess that's that too. So those are 4 and 8. 2 and 6 makes this a 4. A digit greater than 2. Whatever. 6. Wait. What? This is backwards. Weird. So this is 6, not 7. 5 and 3. And this has to be 2. I don't know if I actually used that digit in any of the logic. Weird blunder, but it worked out, I guess. 8 and 9, 6, 4, 6, 2, 6 and 8. That's a 3. That's the 8, a 6, 8 and 6. Why do the math when you can just let the pencil works do it? Or the pencil markings do all the work. So there's all of the even digits. This is digit less than 4, so it's 3. This is a digit less than... Well, this has to be greater than 5. So the 1 goes here and here. Any more inequalities, or should I be able to solve this just with logic now? This is a digit greater than 4, so it can't be 3. That puts a 3 in this column, takes a 3 out of there, puts a 3 there. That's a 5-7 pair, so there's a 9 here. That's another 5-7, putting a 3 up here. Puts a 5, 7, 9, 3, 5, 7, 7, 5, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 7, and 9. 3, 5 pair, puts a 7 here. 9, 3, 5, 3, 9, 5, 3, 9. There we go. Yippee! One blackcurrant thinks grew in confidence using the one-way doors and did not hesitate to go out of her way in order to find a place to move diagonally, thereby achieving the necessary parity shift. I have more faith than ever that next week's landmark experiments will see Fink secure her place in history books. Landmark experiment. What will it be? But until then, next week's equilibrium. もうその時間でしょおやすみ